So, hello everyone, and today we will just analyze the game between Sanz Tapia and Chingotto Campagnolo, and we will look in particular at the principle of space. Now, as always, I very nicely forgot to take out the pen, because otherwise how do I show you stuff? Yeah, that's I would say kind of normal. And yeah, there we go. So, what is space? Well, space is defined as a zone of the court, or multiple zone, it depends on the case, where there aren't any players, and if the player has to enter that space, he has to run, meaning he needs to take the ball basically while running. So, let's try to see how this concept gets applied a lot during paddle matches. I will start right away with this point. So it's Chingotto playing on the left side of the court, with Campagnolo playing on the right, against Tapia Sanz. Okay, it's a good block from Chingotto, no, Campagnolo. Okay, look at the already here. Let's go straight away back a few seconds. Okay, here. Already here there was some concept. Sanz understands this concept beautifully. Look at this. Look at this. What happened? Of course, Chingotto Campagnolo is sword position. And after Campagnolo hit the ball, I will indicate it here, where he is. Actually, there was a lot of space left, let's say in this zone of the court. Now, why is that the space? Well, because either players, to get to that zone, has to run, meaning has to get a difficult ball. And you will see now, Sanz just goes in that zone and wins the point straight away, and at Chingotto you will see trying to cover the space in the... he's trying not to lose the point, so we can understand. So that's exactly space as a general concept. And in this case, we can talk about space in the middle, and now we will see a little bit of tactic on the next serve. So space here wins the point straight away, and yeah, very lovely. Adds enters the room. Don't want to say the F word, but F adds at the moment. Okay, serve. Campagnolo goes on Sanz, and yeah, he likes 3 meters, I guess. Okay, Chingotto serves. Backhand of Sanz. Look at this. Campagnolo enters and try to place at the feet, which is tactic we saw yesterday. They're playing just on Sanz in this match, apparently. So I wanted to see a little bit of space tactic, but let's see if they do now. Okay, play now on Tapia. Tapia goes with a lot of lobs. I mean, it's risky to play lob. Okay, here, no, Tapia moves, and now, yeah, now if we look at the space as a concept, now space in the centers, which is point 1, there is already space. Let's say more. I should actually say more here. Yeah, because Tapia is the one who is far away at the moment. So usually you go in the middle with a slice volley, and then one of the two players, one between Chingotto and Campagnolo, most likely the players that plays on the right, goes close to the net to eventually do a 4 meters, while the other one covers the eventual lob, which is usually short. It's hard to produce a good Chiquita when you get it in the space, let's say. You see, he goes in the middle, but he plays on Sanz, which I think was a big mistake. Big mistake. Because Sanz was ready. Now on Tapia, match is very complicated. Chingotto with the 4 meters. Yeah. So you can see that, I told you in some of the videos, that space comes after the net principle, of course, and shot quality. So you can see that Chingotto here tried not really to go into space, but to play on the worst shot of your opponent, of his opponent. Now you can see now exactly the concept of space is that Sanz goes to net, space is left in this zone of the court. Why do I mean that? Because both of the players should run to take that kind of ball. So you can see that if Tapia wants to get here, he has to part ways from his side, and he will leave this space open. Also this space open, and we will talk about this later. So let's see what Chingotto does. Chingotto plays in the space. It plays a slow ball, by the way. Eh? Now both go to the net. Okay. We talk about central space a lot because it's the most common. Usually two players are maybe a little bit too separated. It's easier to play in the center and then open the space on the side, which is point number 2. But the center is a space that is a lot of the time open when you are going after a bajada from the wall, and most of the players tend to play central. Why? Because usually there is a little bit of space, also a little bit of doubt who takes a ball, who takes up. So in general, there is the possibility, of course, of having space in the center, and that can be a target for you. So a tactical target. So Chingotto goes on Tapia basically, but okay. Okay, and this is the next concept. If your opponents are both close to the net, that means that behind them, and this depends of course on the athleticism of the players, there is space. So I'll try to make it clear for you. All the zone that is here is space. Now you might say, well, but it's not that much of space because, I mean, it's just even a little bit over the line. You can see where I draw a little bit. It's even over the line. So how is that convenient for me to play in that space? Well, in that case, it's because you want to take the net, which is principle 0. But also, it goes very well in combination with space. Now, at amateur level, and also low professional level, there is much more space behind. Why? Because people tend to stay a bit too close to the net and to try to finish the point before, and then they left too much space behind. And what happens is, even if you don't hit a great lob, you hit a difficult shot for your opponent because he has to go backwards fast. And also, and we will try to see this in some examples, you can have some space in front of the players, and this can happen also both at the back of the court and when you're at the net. So let's start to see. So here there was a little bit of space, yeah, and that's kind of a perfect example right away after this lob, and I want to stop on Campagnolo shot. Yes, perfect. So what happened? Before there was space like you've seen here, like I have shown here. Now what happened? Sanz has gone back to take the ball, and when you cover one space, usually you open another one. And you can see that now in front of Sanz there is space. So you can hit fast so that the ball comes either at his feet or here, even that would be a passing shot. And what Tapia does, because he's smart and he's number 1 in the world, he anticipates that Campagnolo is not going here, because if Campagnolo went there, it was going to be a winner, enters and covers the space for his partner. That is very smart play. And we'll see right away the effect of it. Tapia enters, and now they got advantage position immediately. And here someone might say, okay, but why don't they play, now Tapia doesn't play here? Yeah, in padel there is not only space. That's the reason. First of all, Chingotto position is a little bit awkward, and Tapia has a great sense for this. Campagnolo is a bit stuck in the center, and he was running that way. So when you play this ball that is playing it now, which I want to do with a different color, I'm sorry, which I will do it in blue because I'm smart, then either Chingotto has to go backwards to take this ball, either has to go backwards like this, or Campagnolo has to invert his run and go take the ball. So it's not an easy shot at all. And you can see they both go there. And now space is open on the side. Sanz goes there. It's a horrible smash from Tapia. And yeah, now it's set point. So now it's a lob from you can see now Chingotto going for smash. Huh? Yeah, I wanted to see if there was some example of space in front. Tapia goes for a smash. It's a winner. So I will see maybe a few more points to see of some example of space in front. Yeah, perfect. Okay, where is space in this position? Of course, there are main factors. So Campagnolo is going forward. So usually when one of the players goes forward, it creates a little bit of space in that zone because you don't know who the two players is going to be to take that ball. And space can be also here. So there is always, when your opponent are at the back of the court, a little bit of space, which I want to do with another color, I'm sorry. There is always a little bit of, no, I'll do it blue, sorry. Always a little bit of space very close to the net. Now if your opponents are old, but they're still playing paddle, you have more space than this guy has. But usually you have this kind of space, meaning that you can play a drop shot. Now, why is the drop shot way less used than normal volleys, for example, that go in the space, in the normal space, meaning space in the center and space on the side? Well, because space in the front, first of all, is very little, because these kind of players can run, not like you, and also the drop shot is a difficult shot. It's not an easy shot. So to play a precise drop shot, you have to choose the right time. Your opponent is back at the court. You have to choose the right ball. For example, if a ball comes with slice, usually you can't play a great drop shot. And if, for example, you just play a bad drop shot, you completely lost the initiative. Completely. So that's the reason why you see the drop shot less often. And that's the reason why also when they play the drop shot, the ball bounces either very, very close to the net, or the opponent win the point. And yeah, that's what happens. So we talked about, and I want to see the end of the point though now. Now I was curious. Yeah, Chingotto enters, leaves the space open, the Sanz unable to make it. So let's try to understand, to take something off this. Now space is a very useful concept to make your opponent's shots harder, because if they have to run to take the ball, then usually it means that their shot is not going to be of a great quality and you're going to get more initiative in the point. Now you can have space in the center, which is the most common. You can have it where you are playing a bajada and your opponent are maybe a little bit too separated. You can have it when you are playing at the net, and let's say you play a serve on the wall, then maybe the center is open. You can have it when one player goes to the net and the other one doesn't. There is space in the center, so it's the most common. Space in the side usually is a little bit more rare, because also it's a bit more risky to play on the side because you risk to take the wall, while in the center you don't. You can take the side wall in the center. So usually when you play a good ball in the center, both of the players collide, and one of the two players take that ball, and then both sides are open. Then the other types of space are space behind. This often happens when your opponent are way too close to the net, and then there's a lot of space behind to hit a decent lob, and to make them either play a bad bandeja or just put them back at the back of the court. And then space in front, and this can happen usually in two situations. Let's say your opponent are at the back of the court, then it means that the space in front is the space where you play a drop shot. This is a bit harder to do, of course, so it requires also training and also good shot selection during the match. And the other space that you have in front, it's when you play a good lob on one of your opponents. He plays a bandeja, let's say on the line or a little bit behind, and then while he's running to the net, the space between him and the net is open. meaning that you can play there and take the net. So I think that was actually a quite good explanation of space. It's a very interesting concept, widely used in matches, and I think now you're getting the whole picture of what paddle is all about, and yeah, I think that is going to be more helpful. Now, of course, if you arrived at this point in the video, thank you, first of all. Second of all, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and see you in the next video. And of course, I don't know who won this match. But I feel, yeah, okay, I know it now. It's Tapia Sanz won this match. So see you in the next video.